Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Stay there.
Okay, so did you shoot up his house?
Nah, like I said, the gun had jammed up. I was on foot walking up, and he was coming out the house. And the gun Mr. Govan had gave me had jammed up. And I had to jump behind the tree, and Bob was trying to get to me.
Okay. Were you ever charged with the attempted murder of Wu?
Nah.
By the state?
Nah.
But you told them that you tried to kill somebody and the gun jammed up, but they didn't charge you with a conspiracy or attempted murder or anything?
Yeah, no police then. Like, that was street stuff. Ain't nobody but Tim, like, he shot back. Like, it was a shootout. After that, it was unity.
Well, with Mr. Dolph, though, that was a shootout too, because they shot back at you and they hit you twice.
We shot first, though. We shot first, so it really wasn't. We ran as they was shooting back. We were pulling off as he was shooting back.
$1.5 million.
Okay. And so this discussion that y'all had, was it before Adolph Horton was killed?
Yeah.
Okay. And so did Mr. Smith ever tell you any specifics about this hit on Dolph?
No.
Okay. Did he tell you when and where they were going to do it?
No.
Okay. And to your knowledge, did Mr. Smith ever have, well, let me back up a little bit. Do you know someone by the name of Anthony Mims or Big Jook?
Yes.
Okay. To your knowledge, did Smith ever have direct contact with Big Jook?
No.
So how would he, if he communicated at all with Big Jook, how did he do that?
He said he would talk to Govan, send a message through him, and he would get a message to Jook. And Jook would talk to Govan, and Govan would tell them a message.
Okay. So Govan was the link between Mr. Smith and Big Jook?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to fast forward to November 17th, 2021. Do you know where you were that day?
Yes.
Where were you?
I was at his dad's house before I went home.
Whose dad's house?
Cornelius.
Okay. And was Mr. Smith there as well?
Yes.
How long were y'all there for?
Wow, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Hit all that. Do what you got to do because you got to be in on this, man. OG, Pyru, just go down through here and we about to talk about this case. And you know how he is when he picked these cases apart. So it's about to be a hell of a situation as we talk about Govan is the new guy, and he's supposed to be the mastermind behind this stuff. And now he's sitting in front of a almost, I don't know if it's just life or if it carries the death penalty or what. They may not do that. I don't know. OG, you there?
Yeah, it's they got Hernandez Govan. They got him on trial for conspiracy to commit murder and conspiracy to contract to commit murder, which carries life sentences. It's not
Okay. So they ain't like Texas. They won't just go and put you to sleep.
Well, they will put you to sleep in Memphis, but he's not on the sleeper cell right now. But life is too much. They mean life.
So that's more than likely the reason why he went on and came to court, because he was like, I'm not taking no life. Yeah, I'm not going to take it. They wasn't willing to work with him either. Because he said
that's all they can give him. That's the max they can give him is life. So he said he ain't taking no deal for life because the evidence is so flimsy, because you got the shooter testifying against him, and the shooter testified against his own Cornelius Smith. Smitty turned around there and testified on Justin Johnson, said that Justin had the Draco, and he's the one that shot Dolph 22 times.
Wow.
So allegedly, young Dolph was hit 22 times, and I think his brother was shot in the leg or somewhere like that, but he returned fire and shot Cornelius Smith. And when Cornelius went to the hospital, he sang like a canary. He been killing for 3 years.
Wow. So Cornelius has been the weakest link, would you say, in this whole ordeal when it comes to getting on the stand?
he's the strongest link to convict everybody because he telling it all. Now they're using him. They're saying that he was going. His story is that he was on pills, taking Oxycontins, Percocets, and he was buying pills. And Govan asked him, did he want to make some money? He said he needed some money. So he claims that Govan told him, gave him a whole list of a contract that Big Jook gave him on people in Young Dolph's crew for $100,000, $50,000, $75,000. But the highest one was on Young Dolph. So he said he told them, and he claims that Govan supplied the weapons for them to do it. And they went in and committed the crime. And he has his girlfriend. She's on the stand corroborating his testimony that previous to this, he had told his girlfriend that they were supposed to be taking this contract, and they rode over to Govan's apartment, but she never got out, and she got on the stand today and pointed Hernandez Govan out.
And Hernandez Govan, she had a boot on her foot, a cast of some sort. I don't know, and they're not showing her picture or her face. They're cutting them off at the top. But Govan is sitting there, and his face is definitely being shown with his lawyers and his team of lawyers. He got a young lady with him, and I guess this other guy. But when you look at how she's approaching this thing, she's really going in on the fact of how much it was. $1.5 million Govan had promised to Cornelius. Angela is very detailed on what she knew, and she's working with him, and I guess she's copped some type of deal so that she don't have to go to prison. So basically she's on the stand telling, hey man, this is exactly what happened. Govan was basically the one we had to talk to. Well, Cornelius had to talk to in order for the message to get to Jook. And it's basically like she's basically giving them everything they ask her for in detail to basically convict Govan here. And Hernandez Govan, this guy is, yeah, he seems like they're trying to make him the mastermind, but everybody keeps naming Big Jook. And I want to get with you about that. Big Jook is actually the brother of Yo Gotti, and he is also one of the board members, one of the people who are with CMG. CMG is a record label, and basically he was a president, so to speak, of CMG. Yo Gotti was pretty much the CEO. And I hadn't heard no one speak to nothing about, you hear him say Yo Gotti name every now and then referring to CMG, but as far as his being connected to this, he has no connection to this, according to the statements that are being made, evidently. All I keep hearing is Big Jook's name. That's all I keep hearing. Do Yo Gotti have anything to worry about here?
Well, it doesn't seem right now. I mean, like you say, you hear in the air Yo Gotti's name because of Yo Gotti's brother being killed. And there was some rumors when Yo Gotti's brother, when Big Jook got killed, they said Yo Gotti had it done.
Wait a minute. You tell me. No, because I want to say his mother was in the car. I'm not for sure. I'd have to go back and look. But
no, his mother wasn't in the car.
Okay. Then, like I said, but you think so? Well, you never know. In this world we live in, anything is possible. But for Big Jook to go out like that before this trial, because surely he would be the next one sitting in this courtroom after Govan. And everybody, something Ray Charles can see when Stevie wanted to point at it. It was going to be Big Jook going in here next, and whoever put him up to it or had anything to do with it would at that point be somewhat brought into this whole situation. But for me, and giving my honest opinion, because I spoke on this a long time ago, and I said that these boys weren't ready for all of this, even though they was playing like they was ready for all this. And now all of this have come to fruition of a killing, two or three people dead, all type of stuff has happened. People are shot up now. Makita's Cookies closed down in that location. What I'm seeing here now is the after effects of somebody who basically, this was street, and it kept going. It all stimulated from young Dolph saying that, you know, he messed with Yo Gotti's baby mama on a diss track. That's how this stuff, when you first start to see it, he talk about it in the video. The video's still out there. What Dolph talks about Yo Gotti, he talks about Big Jook, calling him fat and all kind of stuff, and dogging him out on the records and keeping it on wax. I don't see the other side of it. I don't live in Memphis, but all the smoke came from the camp of CMG when it come down to the killings that are seen and the people that are being spoken on in court. Is really the strength come from the CMG or from Jook, according to the way this thing is looking in court. Now, did Gotti have something to do with it? I have no idea. I'm not in their camp, but that's his brother, and they were running the company together. So you just never know, man. It's too close for comfort, man. Have you ever seen any case like this, OG?
Oh, I mean, it goes down. Look at Mo 3. You look at Trap Boy Freddy. And, them diss tracks, bro.
The diss tracks are beast, man.
We got caught with your drones down. Boy, that killed me. Boy, that man went to the scene of the crime. I've never seen those. Only in Texas. Ain't nobody ever did nothing like that.
OG, that is nothing to brag on, okay?
Man, that's big in Texas. That'll be. I got to go. When I get back to Texas, before I go to Waffle House, I'm going to find Trap Boy Freddy and get his autograph.
Boy, you ain't worth a dime. Listen, man. Here's what it's looking like. Now, I just seen Yo Gotti just put out a dope track with Zillionaire Dope. And it's a remix, man. That whole jamming so hard. And he on there, and he ain't seeming like he got a cure in the world, man. He got deep ties, you know, like I said, him and Jay and all those Jay-Z and them, they all partners, they all, they all rock together, man. And so, was Yo Gotti's head so high in the clouds that he didn't understand or even knew none of this was going on?
So you said he did a track with a dude named Zillionaire?
Zillionaire Doe is a young hard rapper out of Dallas, Texas. He just signed, and he's making waves like nobody business for New Dallas.
He just did Zillionaire Joe. He just called out Big Meech.
Yeah, he did. He did say something about Big. Yeah, Zillionaire Doe say he big. They say he big as Big Meech.
He said, you said it was gonna never be another BMF, and here all them boys got chains on. Look, we here. Zillionaire Doe. That's the first time I ever heard of, bro.
That's Dallas. That's New Dallas, man. New Dallas popping, man.
He told me like, hey, bro, you was what was. We what is right now.
And he's actually telling the truth about the music.
No, he ain't. No,
on the music side of it, he's doing his thing as a rapper. He's a rapper. You don't know nothing about his street credibility or nothing. I don't know his business.
He ain't got no sign that
you don't know what he done. See, that's what I don't like about all of the people. Let me just say this. Let me say this.
I thought he was from Atlanta.
No, yeah, he in Dallas, Texas. But let me just say this.
He ain't got
no, he in Dallas. No, here's what he can put them signs up tomorrow. That's cheap. That's little money. But what I'm saying is, here's what I'm gonna say. Don't trip cause a person say they this or that because they didn't get caught. When these guys get caught and have to go sit down and do a bid, Big Meech got caught. Big Meech got a bid. Big Meech got caught. It's just people that don't get caught, you tend to play them down. You can't play them down.
Just because you talk louder than me don't make you right, bro.
OG, you can't play them down, bro.
Meech was not a rapper. He was 100% gangster. So when this little Negro talking about he big as Meech, you're a rapper.
You don't know what he is. You don't know what he is. You just know what you hear on the record, man.
I I ain't never heard a record. I heard him running his big mouth with these youngsters with him and talk about. I thought he was from Atlanta.
No, he's straight out of Dallas, so we keeping him. That's what I'm telling you, homie.
Yeah, he's straight. And many times I've been to Dallas, it's the first time I ever heard about it.
But that's because you don't keep your ear to the ground. I've been heard about him, and I interviewed some of the
You done been lost your ear to the ground.
No. I'm listening. I heard New Dallas. I interviewed head honcho Amir. I got New Dallas people coming through this week. I'm dealing with the whole situation. What's going on in Texas, homie? So
you didn't interview him?
I hadn't interviewed him, but I interviewed people that on his camp.
You ain't interviewed.
Well, I interviewed head honcho Amir. Head honcho Amir hard too. They all hard. They all hard. You got head honcho Amir. You got Zillionaire Doe. You got you got a Montana 700. You got a bunch of those little young dudes over there doing their thing. Shout out to New Dallas, man. But getting back to the trial, man, when you look at Angela, man, she was sitting there, she was moving her feet, a little bit nervous about the whole situation, but telling her story and her recollection of what she think about Govan. And I can look and see that she really been talking back and forth with Cornelius. I think they still have somewhat of a relationship, even though he's locked up, of course. And I think she knew, well, she still cut for him. She still cut for him.
No, she didn't. She told him, she didn't tell him the exact truth the first time. When they told us they was taking her Section 8 and her food stamp, she said, I told them everything.
Wow.
You mean everything? I told them everything. You mess with the welfare recipients, food stamps, and that Section 8, they will give their mamas up, bro.
Was Govan, listen to me, and I want you to make this clear for me. Was Govan the mastermind behind all of this in your
No. He wasn't the master. He didn't set nobody. He was the middleman. He was the go-to man. Don't make you the mastermind.
So
he didn't have them. He didn't have the money. He told them that how they could get the money. He was the middleman.
Well, it goes to Big Jook then, and it goes to CMG. This is crazy. All the stuff we've been seeing, the RICOs, the conspiracy, I'm pretty sure they're already looking at CMG and trying to fine-tooth combing this whole thing with CMG, man. I hate that for Gotti, you know what I'm saying? I hate that for his label, man. I look at all these boys, man, and I respect all the stuff that they done built, their legacies. I don't know what the ties was. I'm not, don't know none of what they had going on. I had my own issues and stuff in the streets. Of course, you have had your own. But just to see them build up so high and then to get knocked down like this. And like I said, I spoke about this years ago before anybody was killed. I spoke about it because I said, man, somebody need to step up. And I said it, and I was referring to the people that they count as their leadership. And I ain't gonna lie, I was really looking at whether, and Jay and them might have said something, but all the people that people look up to, that's running around here making songs with them, hanging out with them, helping them with their finances, wearing Rolexes and hanging out with them and doing their thing with them. Man, say something to tell these boys to calm that down or talk to them. But this was an inner city thing. This is a Memphis thing. So maybe if you're from another city, then you don't feel like you should get involved. But if y'all making music together, popping bottles together, smoking cigars out on big yachts together, I think you should be able to say something. And I really think it should be an open conversation when it's young brothers, man. I really do. That's just the way I feel.
And you're exactly right about that. We're so easy to tell each other some wrong shit and some old vulgarities, what you should. But man, I didn't want to hurt his feelings, and I don't want him to think I'm telling him what to do. Somebody need to tell him what to do.
Exactly. And these guys have multiple young guys under them. And so, these guys are not small fish. When you look at people like Big Jook, and when you look at Yo Gotti and CMG, that thing is huge. And a lot of people, a lot of dope artists come from that camp. It's crazy that not only that camp, Dolph, with the people he had in his camp, he's a big name, but they all look up to certain people, whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's whoever, Dr. Dre, it could be anybody, man. I'm just being real. any of the big dogs, you know, there's no come together no more, man. It used to be a little somewhat come together, but this thing spiraled out of control. Going back to the Tupacs and the Biggies and all of this stuff, man, it's crazy how once this thing starts to roll and once bloodshed, man, it's hard to go back. You know what I mean? That bloodshed changes everything. So
Changes everything.
once somebody has lost somebody, man, it's hard to go back over that bridge and try to make it right. And so the ball is rolling now, and I don't see it slowing down until everybody in the situation is going to have to answer questions, man. And even if they don't, you know, and like I say, I pray for all the parties, both sides, the families and all that. But even if they don't, they're going to try to dissimulate it, not only because it's rap, but because it's black. Now, I ain't making it out of black and white thing, but I just don't see them. I don't want to hear this, OG. I don't want to hear this, OG.
Okay, it don't happen in the white music. So
they ain't out here conspiring to kill each other like that.
They the first ones that did conspire.
OG.
Cain conspired against Abel.
Yeah, I get it, OG. But I mean, you know, and I know, man, that this is a tough road to have to climb, man, dealing with. This trial has been going on.
That started from your original saying about the truth. You try to camouflage the truth for young blacks to hear that it ain't black and white. It is black and white. And until we understand that as elders, that we say that, we're so integrated. We put out the biggest thing that happened next to the Crips for the ruin, for the downfall of Black America was integration.
I agree with that, but I don't agree with you trying to make sure that there's a dividing line of black and white on every situation.
It's already.
I'm not gonna play it like that, because every situation is not a black and white situation.
Every situation.
No, it's not every situation. Some things does not mix into being a black and white situation.
Tell me one.
That mess you was talking about this morning when you was talking about Susan, about the jailbreak and about all that.
That never done it with a white man.
You always try to make things black and white. All I'm saying is it's not always black and white, OG.
It's always black and white.
OG, now going back to the case. What happens with Govan? Because we're going to be talking about this, you know, periodically. We're going to talk about it tonight, too.
Govan going to the penitentiary.
Guys, at I want to say 8 o'clock tonight, me and OG going to be going live talking about this again. So,
no, we ain't.
Yes, we is. We're going to talk about.
We through with this.
Oh, we ain't going to talk about it?
We got some more stuff to talk about. We talked about the strip club.
Oh, no, we ain't talking about the strip club.
Oh,
whatever.
It's black and white.
Whatever going on, we're going to talk about. But this is one of the key things that's happening this week. So I can see us jumping in. If somebody say something in the comments, because they show watching and they're going to have something to say about my black and white statement. All I'm saying is, man, what happens, OG, to this? And is it over with after Govan? If Govan found guilty, is he the fall guy? Does this stop after that? Or do they go for the CMG files and camp and try to figure out, is there any more to this? What happens after this?
I mean, like I say, Govan is just a fall guy. He a middleman. They had a federal judge named Judge Hatter.
Okay.
And everybody called him the Santa Claus judge. So they came out with gang enhancement, and this brother out of the Nicholson Gardens got hooked up with the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. And they came and swooped in on him and told him they wanted to buy some guns. He took them to some people, and they bought 3 guns, and they arrested him and took him to the feds on gang enhancement and gun trafficking, right?
Right.
And Judge Hatter says when they compile all the evidence and how they arrested him and what they asked him about, he didn't have the guns himself, but he knew where to go get them at, right?
Right.
So Judge Hatter made the ruling that if you had to ask him about some bootleg liquor, he knew where to go get it at. If you ask him about crack cocaine, he was a man in the street, in the ghetto, in the know. That don't make him a gun trafficker.
Wow.
So because Govan had the access to where people is putting money on people's head, don't make him the trigger man.
Wow. Wow.
He's just a man in the know.
Wow. And it's crazy, man, that it went to this far. Like I said, those guys, man, dope group of brothers, man, that look like me. And I just like, man, you know, like when you listen to the music, the words of this music, OG, again, I go back to that and then I digress. Is this what's causing all of this? Or is it just because the words is powerful? Like I said, it started off a diss, or it may have started off this, a disrespectful words that sticks and stones. We talked about it off air last night. May break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Is that true?
No, sir. With sticks and stones, or break your bones, at least that'll heal. If I put some dirty words on you, they can go for the rest of your life.
Wow. Wow. Well, guys, get in the comments, guys. Let us know what you think about this Govan. He keeps mentioning Big Jook from CMG, the guy Cornelius, which he's always done that. And now Angela Smith has gotten on stage and she's doing that. And they've got a host of things happening. Let us know in the comments, what do you think is going to happen with this case? And will they implement CMG after this? Or will it just be a thing where Govan will take the hit and it'll be over with? Get in the comments, let me know. And yeah, if you're watching, man, go back and watch. This right here is going to be the Groves, man. Groves was spotted working at a Easymore, allegedly. And also Susan Hutton's had five guys got hit, stabbed, fighting. 4 guys stabbed, fights broke out everywhere. Is Susan Hutchinson to be blamed? That's the question, guys. And go download bosstalk101.app right now if you really rock with Boss Talk and you support what we doing, man. Make sure you pay the $7.99. It's going down. Boss Talk 101 review.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He, the reason you see me.